Drunk drivers being let off easy, allowed back behind the wheel without spending any time behind bars. 41 Action News investigator Andy Alcock shows us what's being done to change that.
This picture of Avis Lowe's son Rob sits on her desk at the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Heartland chapter in Grandview. Rob, who was 27 at the time, was killed more than 20 years ago. A drunk driver crashed through barricades at Rob's work site and killed him. More than 2 decades later, the pain for Avis has not gone away.
You live day by day.
According to Missouri Department of Corrections records, in mid-2014, there were 493 drunk driving offenders in the state's prisons, serving an average of 8.7 years. But many of those offenders with 3 or more convictions get back on the roads. Jackson County prosecutors sent us 2 current cases showing multiple offenders. 56-year-old Mark David Jones is now facing his 5th DUI offense after being pulled over in Independence. There's a warrant for his arrest and his case is pending. 52-year-old Jeffrey W. Fernie was sentenced to 7 years in prison in February after his 7th DUI offense. But not every multiple offender gets prison time. 32-year-old Andrew Notestein is currently on probation after his 4th drunk driving conviction, which also included a drug possession conviction. Despite being extradited from Russell, Kansas after a marijuana trafficking arrest to face that 2012 Jackson County case, and failing 2 drug tests while on probation, court records show Notestein has spent no time in prison for that case or any of his other drunk driving offenses.
Ridiculous. I think that somebody needs to put him away.
A change in Missouri law January 1st would require habitual DUI offenders with more than 5 prior offenses to spend 5 to 15 years in prison, with 85% time served before parole eligibility. A conviction of manslaughter while driving drunk, even on a first conviction, will get a 3 to 10 year sentence, an increase from the current 1 to 7 years. But probation options don't change under the new laws, so opportunities remain to stay out of prison. But there are minimum jail stays before probation eligibility. Notestein's record, for example, also includes driving on a suspended license. Avis is encouraged by the new laws, but not satisfied.
I would say that I think they could be harder, but that's from working with victims.
Avis does believe Missouri drivers are safer now than in past years. In 2012, Missouri became the 18th state to require an interlock ignition device for convicted drunk drivers. With that device, you must pass a breath test to start the car. One sobering statistic explains why. According to MAD, anywhere from half to 3/4 of convicted drunk drivers will drive on a suspended license. I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.